This video is brought to you by the 3 Minute Board Games patrons. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. Kia ora koutou, and welcome to Perseverance Castaway Chronicles, episode 1 and 2 in about 3 minutes each. Review copy used, deluxe edition. It has a solo mode, it's a game for 1 to 4 players, playing time is long, and it's a pretty complex game. Crash landing on an alien world, you're one of the survivors intent on leading this group of colonists in their desperate struggle to build a new life. The jungle is full of dinosaurs, so ready your defenses and build that wall. Each turn a player will place a die and take an action. When the dice run out, you'll run an assembly, score points, and reset the dice. The game ends after 2 or 3 assemblies. The winner is the player with the most followers, represented by the thumbs up. Dice. There are many different dice to manage in this game. Worker placement. You place dice in action slots to get the associated benefits. Area control. Having the most pieces of your color in a region gives you benefits. Player turn. First, let's look at the core rules that don't change between the games. There are generic white dice as well as colored dice for each player. Roll these and organize them into types. Your main action will be taking one and placing it in an area on the board. Each column will have blank spaces and mark spaces. Only a die matching the symbol can go in a mark space, and only a die not showing the matching symbol can go in the blank spaces. When you place the die, gain the benefits below. You will then take a secondary action, which will involve moving pieces around the board or placing influence. You will then resolve any patrol or adventure cards your soldiers are on. And then, if all dice have been used, you will resolve an assembly and score points. Let's look at the 2 games now. In episode 1, you will have the following resources available: light troops, heavy troops, influence cubes, food, scrap, stories, traps, barricades, settlements, votes, safeguard, and valor. The board is split into 4 zones, each with a matching dinosaur attack and defense area. When you place a die to take its benefit, before gaining those resources or taking that action, you must first place dinosaurs at the top of the board in the matching area. The symbols on the left of the action space determine what dinosaurs are placed, and in what order. If it shows a dice symbol, roll the die and place those dinos in the spot. If this area is full, there will be a dino attack later in your turn. Let's look at some of the primary actions. Some are basic, like rations, which get you 2 food. Others give you multiple options. Here training lets you pick 3 of the 6 options from this list. These can be done in any order, so we can first recruit 2 light troopers and then upgrade them. The settle action lets you place settlements, and you can spend additional resources to place 2. Place in any settlement spot and gain the bonus on the board. The second settlement does not get the bonus. The politics action lets you gain followers and change a white die to one of your color. Add fortifications is another multiple choice action that lets you place defenses at the top of the board. Then you take your secondary actions. You can place your leader in an area and activate any of the worker placement spots there. You can also place them defending against the dinos. Alternatively, you can place 2 troopers at the defenses. Gain valor and safeguard when placing models here. The final secondary action is to place influence on an officer. Once the track fills up, all players with 2 influence on that track get the printed bonus. If you took the patrol action, this is when it resolves. Each patrol requires you to place models on it, and you gain the reward shown at the bottom. Some will take multiple turns to finish. Resolve 1 stage each turn. Some effects will cause troopers to die. In a dino attack, first roll the trap die to see if you defeat a dino in that space. And the same for each wall segment, but with the wall die. Then resolve each lane 1 at a time. The heavy trooper kills 2. The light trooper has no opposition. The leader kills 2, and each light trooper kills 1. But the raptor kills the light trooper. Leaders cannot be killed. If there are still dinos remaining, each blue one destroys a settlement, while the green one eats followers. Then, based on how many models, walls, and traps you had in the area, you can spend Valor and Safeguard to buy rewards. Some of these are not available if the walls were breached. If no dice remain in the pool, it is an assembly. Each region has 2 votes plus 1 for each settlement. Here that is 5. Dice, settlement, and leaders determine who gets control. So here, green has control. They can choose to get the 5 votes or the area's resources, with the runner-ups getting half of the option not selected. Rank the players' total votes and check the followers they receive here. Then the players with the most influence on each officer score the unique scoring bonus. Then return your leaders to the board and re-roll the dice. In episode 2, the city wall is built and you must explore the jungle. The bottom half of the board is similar, with worker placement slots and 4 regions for control. The top of the board is a 5th region and contains tiles for exploration and dinosaurs. In episode 2, you have the following resources available: Valor, votes, permanent votes, light troopers, heavy troopers, glow berries, island resources, stories, scrap, food, influence cubes, settlements, and camps. The worker placement slots are similar, but you do not place dinosaurs or roll the dino die. Here, training is still pick 3 options, but the details are slightly different. The marketplace allows you to sell glowberries or trade other resources. Politics works in a similar way to the first game, as does the settle action. The main difference is the adventure action, which allows you to take actions on the top board, either adjacent to an existing camp or 2 spaces away if you spend glowberries. Place the rally marker at the camp. Then either fight the dinos in one region, clear a region tile and play an adventure card from your hand, or place a camp in a cleared region. Adventure cards resolve much like patrol cards. And if you explored the temple, play a temple card. Once the adventure action is done, draw a dino attack card. You resist dino attacks with watchtowers, settlements, and spending valor. If you win, claim the reward and move on. If you lose, your camp is breached and the dinos come from surrounding regions to the card. Build lets you build outposts, watchtowers, and camps on the top board. Some locations have the cost of releasing a captured dino. Outposts are taken from this mini board, and they are placed in cleared regions. Each has a dice placement spot on them. Your secondary actions are similar. You can place a leader and take an action. If that is a discovery action, resolve a dino attack in that region. You can spend 2 glowberries to move your leader to a new spot and activate it. You can draw an adventure card and gain some resources. And you can counterattack any player's dino attack to get the rewards. Finally, you can influence officers, but this time when you influence an officer, you gain a perk on your player board. Some perks have additional costs and prerequisites. Dino fighting works with each different type of trooper doing a fixed amount of damage and each dino taking a fixed amount of hits to defeat. Green and purple dinos attack back. Defeated dinos can be killed for followers or captured, and captured dinos go on your board. You will need officer perks to hold more than a few, but they are worth victory points at game's end. Assembly and officer scoring works in a similar way to episode 1. Why would you like this game? Building a colony while under constant dinosaur attack is a cool theme and definitely the first thing that catches your attention with the game. The second thing will be a huge amount of options, worker placement slots, and mechanics. The artwork is top notch and the dinosaur miniatures and storage solutions are first rate. Perseverance is a game for heavy Euro fans because there are so many moving parts that a great deal of familiarity with modern board games and their mechanics is essential to enjoy the game. So if you're one of those heavy game fans, this one could be for you. The best thing about this game is its production. It's expertly made and looks beautiful. However, for me the dice drafting system is a miss. I never felt any real tension in what die to take, and for me that is an essential part of dice drafting. They could have just been generic workers. I'm also not a fan of the scoring system nor the officers minigame. I think Perseverance could remove a chunk of its complexity and be a much better and interesting game. All up, it's too complex and busy for people who just want to fight dinosaurs on an alien world, and too wobbly and busy mechanically to feel like an elegant Euro. I much prefer the publisher's other worker placement game, Anachrony. And for a different take on survival, try Dead of Winter. Perseverance Castaway Chronicles, The Dinos of Dunshire. 3 Minute Board Games is not too paid content. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.